Hello boys and girls, it's me, Yoshi here, and welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch, which everybody seems to be liking now, because all of a sudden we're getting a lot more views, because this is a pretty hard 100% to do. It's pretty tedious, I'll just say that much. Anyways, in the last video we left off doing the first part of Marin's challenge mode. Now we're going to be doing the ending part of her challenge mode. Honestly, looking at my materials now, I think what would be make the most sense for me in terms of just practicing is just do a full run of Legend mode, every mission that is on the hard difficulty to get used to exactly the combat will be, and then we'll have to do it on hero mode later as well. Good first wave. And it's some slightly better AoE, so I'm not as worried about jukes with her, but I do still want to get jukes with her. I also don't want to, like, necessarily not use Magic Fountain Plus here. I just delayed it a bit so we can have more of it for the next waves, really. Let's go over here so we can get a bit more, so we can clean up some of the other troops and also get 500 so we get that message pop up right away. Oh, write it in. By the way, I guess I should probably mention, I did look at the regular videos recently, and thank you all for my support on the Switch 2 content. I figured that doing Switch 2 content would be great for this channel, and so far, I'd like to thank you guys for all of your support that you've been given this channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I figured a lot of people would want to see it anyways, but how expensive the Switch 2 is, and how, I don't know, probably a good number of people can't even afford it. It's like, what? It's like 600 bucks, almost 700 bucks where I live, basically, to get a Switch 2. It's definitely not cheap. I was just fortunate to have a bunch of money to save. I was gonna get it anyways. I was just really fortunate also to have a bunch of money saved. That's the only reason I bought it. If I not had money saved, had I not even had an active channel like this, I probably wouldn't have even considered getting a Switch 2. But, yeah, you guys seem to be enjoying my content, so I'm glad. I hope to post ever video setups, and I guess I should do a small reveal. It's gonna take a little while, but, and it's gonna be a little bit before I get to this, but since you guys have been doing so well, I will be revealing my next breakthrough. I was actually going to do a different game initially, but the likes of which I will not say initially. However, since this other game is going to actually end up taking longer than suggested, no any surprise probably, the next game on the Switch 2 library that I'll be playing is actually going to be Donkey Kong. And I'm not sure if I did a reveal of it, but that's actually the game I wanted to play first. Tempting as it is to play Mario Kart mode, I knew it was probably going to have a really tough 100%, and I wasn't sure if I was interested, but when I saw that Donkey Kong Bonanza was in the launch title, I got a little bit annoyed, so I decided to do that. Initially, the plan was to actually do that as my first Switch 2 title, but then I figured it would just take too long. I'd probably get a lot more stuff done if I just went for Mario Kart mode, considering people are gonna probably know if there's like a 200% of that game or not. That's why I opted to just do 100% instead. Because I figured it might get a bit more attention to it. To be fair, a ton of people play Mario Kart mode. Quite a few people are good at Mario Kart, including me, like I said. I think I've mentioned it before on my actual Mario Kart video, but I restarted all of Mario Kart 8 and I I also restarted all of Mario Kart 7, which, by the way, was really tedious and involved literally just playing the same cups over and over again and just hoping you get a run where you don't get hit by too many items and you also play really fast. Thankfully for me, Yoshi was a really great character in the game, so I think I just spammed in with an acceleration, and that's basically how I was able to get it done. Because, like, with acceleration in that game, it's so much better than having speed anyways, especially when you're trying to go for 3 stars, because then it makes actually getting the 3 stars look easy. I just realized I was doing this wrong. What we need to do is actually hit these bosses without extreme crushing. At the same time, I do still want to extreme crush him. Jeez, that one's just gonna jump repeatedly. She's not being annoying. She's being more annoying and rude more than difficult, really. Okay, well that took a bit longer, just because these two did not want to behave. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I probably wouldn't have gone for Mario Kart World 100% if I wasn't an avid fan of Mario Kart, but good for you guys, I am, and yeah, that's why I've been doing it the way I've done, and I think I've enjoyed it so far. It's a pretty great game for what it is. Is it better than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? I don't know. It has less tracks than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe does by a large margin, and it doesn't even have 200cc mode. Yeah, I found that out. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the news now. Maybe they'll add it in as DLC, but we'll have to give Nintendo some time with that one. I'll just say that much. But yeah, I've been enjoying that playthrough a lot. I figured doing that 100% might get me just the time I need to get all that stuff done. Because I figure if I get that done, more people will be excited about that. Because a lot of people I've noticed are especially gonna probably struggle with getting 3 stars on Knockout Tour. If you want to see more about that, just take a look at my video of when I started doing 100cc Knockout Tour, and it explains basically everything on why that is one of the hardest, gonna be one of the hardest 3-star things to do in the whole game. Like, not even by a long shot. Knockout Tour is incredibly annoying. And because of the route, I'm actually going to be doing it next. At least in terms of my recording, I'm going to be doing that next. Because I have to do it next because of a specific unlockable I need to get. If it wasn't for that, I would totally do Grand Prix first and then Knockout Tour. But no, we can't do it that way at all. Anyways, now you know how much of a fan I am at that. And now you know that also, when we are done, Donkey Kong Bonanza will be the next game mode. Looking at it right now, it seems to be a pretty chillaxing game, and probably will be a lot more fun to explore its world, at least, than Mario Kart World has been. I know a lot of people have been complaining about Mario Kart World. Having an open world didn't really do well, at least according to most. I think it's alright. Is it perfect? Probably not. In fact, just me being a personal fan, being a person that's also played Forza Horizon 5, I very much prefer Forza Horizon 5's open world versus Mario Kart's. Mainly because I think the developers of Forza Horizon just did a lot better job. Like, there's not just individual pieces you have to explore to find, but there's still billboards and random stuff you'll find in the middle of nowhere. Some of them require some of the trickiest jumps. There's also, like, the arcade mode or whatever, where you can just be exploring around and just trigger an event out of nowhere and then be like, oh wow, now we have to do an event that involves the open world. It almost makes you play in the open world a lot more than if you had played in any other track setup. And all the tracks are in the open world too, so you can play on them whenever you want, even when you're not racing. I know there's a lot of viewers that enjoy that kind of a series setup. The only why I'm not doing that series, it's, again, I do not have a good setup for my Xbox yet, unfortunately, so I cannot do a good capture from that, which is what I prefer to do right now. But you never know what will happen. We'll see about that in the future. Anyways, I very much prefer the open world versus Mario Kart World's open world. Because at least in that game, Forza Horizon tells you exactly where everything is on the map, and at least gives you a hint as to where to go, as well as what you've done already, with a big check mark. Does Mario Kart World have that? No, not at all. It does not tell you if anything's done. It's up to you to just explore the map. That's probably one of the first things they need to add. It's like memory that you've actually done a specific thing on the open world. Anyways, enough of that. Let's keep going back to the realistic stuff, like defeating the Imprisoned. That's what we just did. Took out that lonely archer as well for extra effort. Anyway, yeah. Now we're done with that, let's focus on this game set. And just so you know, I am very much still enjoying this game. As repetitive as it is, I think doing it, at least putting out 2 videos twice a day while waiting for my own videos to come out, has definitely worked really well. We've gotten through a lot more of the playthrough. If we had just been following the normal playthrough list, of course, I do sometimes get tired from banning stuff, so if this happens and it kind of messes around, then I will probably delay videos if I need to. Because you never know, I might need to take a break. Alright then. Let's finish first. We're here. Marin is pretty strong, by the way, with some of her specials and attacks. She can definitely do a lot of damage if you know what to do. That Windfish AoE too, particularly expensive. Yeah, we annihilated them pretty quickly. They did not last long at all. I'm gonna do this the opposite way to make it go faster, which means we need to start here and make our way over to the back after that. Let's give dough first. Yeah, that worked. I didn't hit him, despite us being right next to him several times. Mostly that so I wouldn't get interrupted. Probably not a faster strategy to take out that guy. You don't have to run away every time you know like that. Just your hits and be fine. What's most annoying about him in particular is the fact that he always interrupts you after every attack he does. That. Good timing. Alright, we got dropped the Windfish right away. As he was being mean. Looks like summoning Windfish is the best way to take him out. Probably the same goes for these guys too. Especially since we can get both Gomas with this attack at the same time. We didn't actually get that first one at all. For some reason it was just not taking any hits. Oh, he could just... Oh, I see why. He'll just block attacks. So he can apparently block the strong Windfish attack. Even though... clearly hit him with it multiple times. That's like Goa, you usually want to just knock down anyways, but because we have anti-boss forming, it's still faster than slowly knocking her down. Alright, let's go ahead and show the animation now. Next animation is. It's very beautiful with Marin. And by the way, if anybody's still confused, yes, she is from Link's Awakening. She might actually be my next favorite girl besides Zelda, I'll say that much, actually. I think I'll agree with that. I think she is my second favorite girl besides Zelda in the Legend of Zelda series. Not saying anything about, Breath of the Wild yet, since I haven't played it in a while. I did play it, but that was back at launch. So it's been a long time since I've played Breath of the Wild. If I play that again, I'll probably be very rusty. This is probably why I'm not going to do the hero mode in that mode. To be fair, the hero mode's kind of imbalanced in that game. You die very little hits. So I think I'd rather not. Okay, good, I caught myself. I almost didn't use anti-boss farming on here. Part of the confusion and worry of this part is just remembering to use anti-boss formula, because if we're doing a speedrun, this is the single fastest way to make sure we take out the bosses quickly. Do that, some bosses take forever to defeat, otherwise. Alright, here we go. Let's keep going now. We'll just go right for it this time. Now for the time to focus on the task at hand, annihilating all these troops. By the way, I guess I should also mention, before anybody gets confused again, yes, you only need 1,600 troops for the first 3 waves. The first 3 survival battles, that is. But for the 4th survival battle, I'm still very unaware. Nobody's actually posted comments on it. I'm gonna assume it's around 4. Probably easiest to just keep doing 5k kills, the thing I do, because the last thing I want to have to do is redo a 15-minute long mission, because I happen to not get enough KOs. This one in particular is also very interesting to do. You not get 16 KOs, and if you're trying to just do it without, like, Magic Fountain Plus at all, then it's really tough to go through all that. Especially if you're just used to trying to speedrun each mission as fast as possible, and then suddenly find out you didn't get what you need. Well, we're getting through this. I just need to do the magic stash move now. I want to do it first so we can weaken the other troops. Dark Zant himself. Usually it'll die easier if we use the fish, so yeah, that's probably the best way to deal with the dark enemies in this battle. Now we're gonna use magic since we do not have anyone over here. See how useful this is, or we could probably use that again. You're wondering, yes, I am not smashing the waypoints of most bosses now anymore, because it's actually faster with anti-loss formula with most characters to just smash. Just keep hitting them with your special attacks instead, and that's usually the way you want to defeat them. I just realized I could probably save a Haas formula in another set by just purposely not attacking them, and instead just trying to bait them into coming over here. I was assuming they actually will come over here. I'll just... It's not gonna be. If anything, we should try and drag this hero boss towards. There we go. Maybe knock him back a bit. that's why you typically want Magic Fountain plus around Bombos, because it reduces enemies' defense. I guess, yeah, people that are new, I should probably just tell you guys why I'm doing so much damage is because of a very overpowered fairy magic called Bombos. I have a fire fairy with an effect called Bombos. Whenever I use Magic Fountain, we can use fairy magic as many times as we want. With a fully axed fairy, it covers a good portion of the map, so much so that it's kind of broken. And after its effect, it activates a kit called Bombos that drastically reduces the defense of all enemies. Combined with anti-boss formula on bosses and also on the captains, it means everything basically gets KO'd way faster, and it saves a ton of time here in this mode especially, but also in any mode that follows tougher enemies. It's very overpowered. You basically use it all the time. I'm in your normal mode. Also, I'm not going to do anything against Zardark. Zardark is usually really hard to hit, and I prefer to just get out the normal way. Just do this combo I've set up. I'm gonna try and see if the dome will become a little closer. The only way to really do that is to just keep Sherry's on screen. So he'll try to walk towards me, and that sort of works. He's a little bit closer than he normally was. Normally he starts all the way on the far right. Kind of manipulate him this time to move him a bit closer. I think this is about the order you want to do these in. Just so you know, we only need 60 outer troops to get the A rank. To be fair, they probably don't expect people to have Magic Fountain spam in most of these areas, so they're probably balanced around that, so you can still get the A rank. Even if they are not doing stuff right. Then... this glass again. I mean, Bombos. I should just say Bombos from now on. Good, that took about half a second right away. This Smash is probably the best for captains. I'll just go. And just so you know, you do not have to avoid taking a certain amount of damage. As long as you stay above a quarter of a heart, you can still get an A rank no matter how much damage you've taken. That's what makes these survival battles a little bit laid back. Although, in exchange, you can't heal this time. Potions don't work. Healing's very limited. Only certain transport suits give you healing in this zone. It's a little bit easier to survive in this version of the mode, though, which is again very mode, where you're very rarely dying very quickly. If not max level. I think that's the one reason to honestly get max level in those areas, is just to make the final battle fairly secure. Even then, you still have to kind of fight for your A rank, but at least it makes time in the mission a lot easier, and now it's more about just making sure you take out enough troops. I don't know how long this lasted. We'll just go ahead and use magic now. I'm just gonna run all the way up to this dude right away this time. Good, Sap. Now we'll take out this dude. See, I wasn't forgetting about this art. I just waited until later to get it this time. Okay, this is Dark Ardrock, so we have to get out without knocking him down to stamina. You can interrupt certain bosses, though, by using your street crush, even if they're in dark form, it can still be somewhat interrupted out of their attacks. Over here, this is where Ganon's son is. Oh wow, we got a really good turnaround there. We're still able to hit Ganon despite all this stuff that's been happening. And no, that's not what Ganon apparently has a weird quirk with him that if you take him out while he's still trying to attack, probably because the game is not used to having Ganon not be knockdownable. Jeez, I cannot see that. The game is not being used to Ganon being able to be knocked down, be not knocked down, basically. Basically, the game is not usually used to Ganon being knocked down before he's defeated, typically. At least that's what you would see in the rare game. And so as a result, there's kind of an oversight where if he's attacking and you defeat him, it waits for the full attack animation to play out before he actually dies. So he kind of does stuff. So he basically does ghost Ganon things for a bit before he actually dies. All the other bosses do not have that quirk at all. They will die immediately once they run out of health, even if they are doing an attack. Because it ends immediately, because they do not have super armor, but Ganon for some reason does, so he can just do some weird stuff, and if he happens to be in the air, then that means I'll stay alive for almost 30 seconds or so more than normal before he actually dies for dead. It's a little weird, but yeah, that's just a weird glitchy quirk he has with his boss. It's a little weird, but that's the truth of the matter is, Ganon just does weird things sometimes. I don't know why, it just happens. Alright, well, so far Marin's has been a pretty fast character, mainly because she's really good at taking out those characters. And she has good AoE for this part too, so we'll probably just be spamming that. Probably just be spamming the Wind Fan over and over again on this battle. It'll probably be very hard to do it without it. Otherwise, yeah, we get to meet our good old not so good friends, the Re-Dead Knights, again. I don't care if the game is gonna call them Ninjas or something. It's what I've always known from now. It's not even the attack. Oh, I did not get the central attack. The most annoying attack is, funnily enough, them, not their AoE around them when trying to play as a ranged character. It's more about, it's more their attack where they can get you from long distance. And yeah, she can interrupt the Windfish, but apparently it still does its full damage even when it's interrupted. I was really on delay for enemies, I'll sit down now. Yeah, we're just gonna attack normally. I don't know why I wasted a Shin Crush on that. Shin Crush. I just figured it's going. He's already gonna be really hard to get normally. I figured knocking her down might help out, but nope, really not. If we're gonna have that problem happen over and over again. Yeah, really nothing I could have done. It's special out of this. Just literally ready for that. I know we could set using a wind fish on that part, but I feel like it's the easiest way of taking those guys out. Okay, if I'm gonna use magic again, we want to use it more on the right side of the map this time. Ready for that. Let's do this. We need to keep remembering to use our natural special too every so often when we get full bar. Hey, for once he actually did an attack that isn't immobilizing me. That made it quite easy to defeat that time. He also grabbed me a full magic bar. I'm kind of it. Let's just go here first. Get the rally captain out of the way, and then we can get all the stuff out of the way once we're done. Let's have more troops over here. We've done over the other way. Our Jark is coming to me. He'll just hit him down normally since we already used a couple of extreme presses already. There we go. Defeated. Got all the family ones around here, jeez. Goodness. They're all grouped up together. This is like a modeling party all of a sudden. Oh. Nice joke reference, by the way, Marin. Anybody who's seen our Zeal play Chronicles playthroughs will probably know where that comes from. I won't say anything else other than that. Yeah, apparently she's really feeling it today. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Let's just keep focusing on taking the sides down as fast as possible. This is probably gonna hit me. I'll just special out of this. If it misses, it's better than any more hits than we need to. we took out that Redid pretty fast. See, Marin gets the job done just fine. Just takes a little while avoiding those attacks and whatnot. I specialed the mostly just for the I didn't do the right attack that I wanted. Remember, you don't want to really do the first go against these guys. You want to do mostly the one. Because the ever combo gives you a lot more damage. Okay. That was gonna be very annoying. And everything, we'll just try to use the fish multiple times in a row and see what happens. Okay, we're getting the mana split at least. That's helping out a little bit. Oop, trying to run away from that. Okay, one of them didn't split, but most of them. Okay, this is a decent way to finish them off, actually. Okay. Let's wait until it appears. There we go. It's probably about the time I want to use this. Oh. All these big moblins. These big boys. Alright. Way we can. I'm destroying all of everything. Clearly, that's what we're trying to do. I did that way too early, I don't know why. Wait to get close to them first before we use that. And say going that close though, so we get hit by that. Alright. Still getting through this pretty fast due to how easy it is to take out troops with this right there. Once we had the 5k troops, we stopped using these as much. It's a Fortnite, really, we stopped using these as much. I think part of the reason I just naturally get so many troops taken out here is there's just so many enemies in this one area. I mean, one map. You get plenty of time to defeat them all, too. It's really cool. One drop for once didn't even come to me. Are you too afraid of me? Is that what it is this time? Are you too afraid you didn't want to just charge right in? You usually do. Where's your bravery now, Ardrock? Not you on the run now. That's what it is. focused on getting through this battle than keeping myself healthy constantly. Oh, you're already in the range. Perfect. We don't have to do anything. Probably the most cheap thing about them is they can interrupt almost any of their attacks instantly. Attack out of nowhere. That's what makes it annoying to deal with. That's reget first. Take out Marin. Go. That's not what I wanted to do. Still didn't take him out, and we're able to still summon the extra IV, even though it doesn't feel like we took too long there. Sometimes the wave just spawns really fast. I think that's what it is. Still a bit worried about our Q count, so we'll use this now. Actually helps out too because it knocks them back, so we get a chance to use stuff. Get both of them done. Now we can just focus on seeing. I hate when my throat bothers me like that. It's kind of annoying to deal with. There's a tech sock still on. There we go. Just take out how many of them? There's like more enemies than anything else we've seen, and yet we're not even going to use Magic Fountain on them because we already have enough troops. Most of this is just for good extra measures, really. Alright. Now we should get the 5,000 happening, so we should probably not use any skills for a while. Wonder how many troops we can defeat before the enemies finally catch up. There we go, they caught up now. Just now did the 5,000 damage, and it got interrupted anyway. We got that Texas instead of the other one. Let's see how it is. Not maybe get both of them, but whatever. Got him. One attack and I can't do anything else we did, really. Seems to be getting a bit smarter, don't you think? When did you start moving around? Sometimes the person will randomly get down seas even though you're doing anything to do that. It seems to only happen though when it's far away. Okay, that was fast enough. Can we take all that health there because it helps us more easily breeze for this so we don't have to worry about healing? 255 characters. It could be kind of tough if you go to the end of the map and then you get taken out because it turns out you didn't have enough healing for it. Alright, well there we go. It was more of a fair time this time. Because we did sort of sell towards the end, but otherwise we were fine, and we got the A rank. Alright, so Marin now has the Battle Boss Challenge A rank. So this is gonna get very tiring. I'm gonna switch between all the characters at the end when I get close to actually finishing all the A ranks, but yeah. There we go. We've done Marin's Battle and Boss Challenge A rank, which means their challenge mode is fully complete. In the next video, we'll be doing the exact same thing, but as Toon Zelda. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you boys and girls later. Bye.